I have a huge note written right here, record class, and I still missed it. Thank you, Pasha. Thank you very much. I don't know what we would do without you, truly, truly, truly. So coming back to being in a group energy, being communal beings, the new world is going to look like this in every way. Everything will be communal. Everything will be for the good of everybody. Everything is about giving to another, because in the giving to another, we fill ourselves. The new relationships now are starting to already show this. I call them the soul relationships. So in the past, we have always gone into karmic relationships. And within those relationships, we are constantly in resistance of each other because we trigger each other. And so the battles within the relationships have been huge, but in the resistance, we are growing in ourselves. We always have the opportunity to see ourselves, to own our part within it. In the new relationships, in the soul relationships, we know ourselves. We come together with the other, with our partner, in the full knowing of who we are, and we own our stuff. So we know it's not about what he said or she did, but all about how it made us feel, and we own that feeling. And we may say to our partner, hey, when you do this, I feel this, giving them an opportunity to own their stuff. But it's not our business if they do or don't. It's only our business how we feel, and to take ownership of that and to make a change within that. You see, there's deep gratitude that comes when you understand the energetic play within a soul relationship, and how you walk parallel with your partner. So side by side in life you walk, and every now and then you bump up against each other. And in that bump up, it's like, right in this moment, I have an opportunity to look at a part of myself. What is this I'm feeling right now? Why is this anger or this frustration arising in me now? And take the opportunity to go into that. It may not even be anything to do with your partner. They've simply been a trigger for a deeply held memory within you. And then you move apart from the bump up against each other, and off you go again, moving parallel. It's always about giving to each other. So in the karmic relationship, we're in it for self. We take what we can for self. It's about our needs. Now and then, yes, we look at our partner and we consider them, but it's about our needs. And if our need is to pander to our partner the whole time, to rescue, to spoil, then there is a need in us because we're giving ourselves away. So the new relationships now are the soul relationships where we both stand sovereign in our power. We both know the love that we are, and we know we want to grow a third vibrational relationship. That is my relationship I bring to it. It is his relationship that he brings to it. And then the relationship of the energy of the relationship itself that's building in the middle. So we are very aware of the three parts to the relationship, always, always. It's about growth. It's about my growth, his growth, and the growth of the relationship. It's about conscious awareness, always conscious within the relationship. It's about giving. It's about understanding that we receive because our partner is given. And it's about what we get out of the giving to our partner. So this is the new soulful relationships that are growing there, and I'm seeing them more and more in the conscious, awakened community, And it's very, very beautiful to see. And every time there's a relationship like this that comes together, a conscious relationship, a soul relationship, it moves the vibration in the field, in the conscious field around this planet. So I didn't even have that in my awareness today that I was going to talk about relationships, because what I wanted to talk about was feelings and vibrations. But it's such a big part of it, and it's such a beautiful part that's growing now. And in the new world, it's just going to be all about conscious relationships. Conscious relationship with ourselves, and then conscious relationship with everything in connection with that. And that is the planet, that is all nature, all animals, insects, every single part of this world will be part of our conscious awareness. And so moving back to the vibration, all sound is vibration. So music that you play must be consciously chosen. How it affects your heart and your mind. Always, always. And you would have heard of, well, some of you here would have heard of light language. So the language of light, the language of love. This language is growing more and more over the last few years, more and more speaking it. On this level of reality, it's spoken through the voice. On other levels of reality, it's simply telepathic, and it's just moved in a telepathic way. It bypasses the mind completely. So trying to understand it is futile because it's the language of the heart. It's pure vibration. And the deepest physical effect it has is when you allow it to just move into your field. It will affect anyway, it influences anyway, but if you want to get a full-on experience from the language of light, it's simply to get your mind out of the way. Don't try and analyze it, don't apply logic to it, and just allow yourself to feel it, because that's what it is, feeling. And soon I'll take you on another journey, and at the end of that journey, once the music stops, I will go into light language because that's the feeling today, and allow you to experience yourself through that and what arises for you through that. So one of the other most powerful parts of what we are awakening to now and what we're realizing now is the power of this now moment. And so being fully present in the now, and also having the awareness of the vibration of us and how we influence, is possibly the most powerful moment we can be in. So as the point of creation here in this reality, if we arrive in the now moment by taking a breath and saying here now, and feeling ourselves drop into our physical body, feet on the ground, eyes wide open, and opening to all our senses. So just feeling the breath in the body, listening to the sounds around us, looking at a point on the wall or a point in front of us to keep ourselves anchored here so we don't fly off into other realms. Feeling the temperature on our skin, if there's a breeze or if there's not. Just allowing every one of our senses to move in and to open to the moment, while still feeling ourselves grounded in our body. And what happens when we move out of our way and our mind stills and there's space within our thoughts, longer and longer space? We start to connect to every part of the moment. We become the sound. We become the temperature, the breeze, the air, the atmosphere. We become every part of what we're sensing. we feel ourselves expand outward, outward. We feel everything that's out there come inward. We feel ourselves off the ground, so we don't feel our feet on the ground. We feel ourselves as if we're floating, because in truth we are floating. We have lifted from this physical reality and we're simply a point just here. And the moment we bring our mind into it because we think, oh, I don't feel my feet on the ground, or oh my gosh, what's happening? We come back into physical reality. We are bang in the physical again, and everything, every connection has been lost, and we're back into this physical reality. So this is where we're moving to now, in more and more moments. And all we need to do is to understand the power of us, to understand that there is really no edges on this physical reality. The only edges and barriers that are here are created by our minds. So when we can let our minds go and we move into our body-heart awareness, we drop all those boundaries, we drop all those edges, and we're limitless, absolutely limitless. And truly, there is more and more now that are realizing this, that are experiencing this, that are moving out of their own way to experience themselves here, now, limitless, connected to everything, flowing in everything. And once you've experienced it, you want to experience it again and again and again. Why would you not? Why would you limit yourself to a physical experience only when you can experience yourself as so much more? Truly. And that's part of my role, is to just have conversation like this with beautiful open hearts and minds such as yourself, and give you the opportunity to experience yourself on maybe a level you haven't yet, or if you have, then just a reminder. Just a reminder. And this is what makes my heart sing, when I can feel your heart singing too. So I've spoken in past classes about our imagination and how powerful our imagination is, and how when we allow it to just flow, we take off, we go into creating realities and feeling the beauty in moments that we, and seeing the beauty in moments that we wouldn't normally. And so I call us, and you've probably heard this before too, I call us Imagineers. We are Imagineers. And to embrace that incredible part of this wondrous tool, this wondrous creative tool within us, and give that free rein as well. Because if you're anything like I was when I grew up, my parents always said to me, it's just your imagination. So they put it down, they belittled it. Or, for goodness sake, girl, you're always in your fantasies and things like that. Get in the real world. Well, you know, this is my real world. It always has been. So I've always been an Imagineer, always. And I just love that term. I just heard it a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, yeah, we're Imagineers. You know, where truth is, because we're learning the truth of us. We're Imagineers because we're expanding in our multi-layeredness, our multi-leveledness. So taking my knowing of life a little bit further, I want to just tell you about my team. And the reason I'm telling you about my team, that's what I call them, is because every one of you has a team too. And some of you already know this, and some of you will learn today that you do indeed have a team, and they're waiting for conversation with you. So I was up in the mountains on retreat I've always had beautiful beings from other realms with me all my life, but these ones are different, because these ones are here for my growth, my expanded learning, and for humanity, mainly for humanity. So I was up in the mountains on retreat about 15 years ago, and I awoke in the night, and there was all these shining beings hovering at the end of my bed. And I just stared at them. They were beautiful and they're shining. And I said to them, "Who are you?" And they just simply said, "The shining ones," and they backed back from me as if they were going down a tunnel and disappeared. And the next day I tried to connect in with them, but all I got was, "Over the next year, dear one, you will learn about us." And so it was a gradual process of learning about myself through them, rather than learning about them. Of course, it was about me. So they've been with me for about 15 years, and for a start, we were quite separate. So when I went into one-on-ones with clients, they would move me right out of the way, and they would come through and speak. And I say them because sometimes it feels like there's about 8 or 12, and other times it feels like there's thousands. So it's just it's a consciousness that ebbs and flows and ebbs and flows. So they've told me that many of them I've been in past lives with, and I know them very, very well. And on the highest point, it's all me. So on the very highest point where we are one, it is all me. But it breaks down into these beautiful beings that are in different civilizations and realities, and they come together to help humanity here. And this is happening through many of us with feet on the ground. So about 3 or 4 years ago, the integration happened where they're not separate from me in any way, shape or form now. I'm the anchor point for their energy, and we speak as a group. And that's why often people feel my energy when we're in a group, because it's like the gang's all here, we've all arrived, and we're speaking through this voice here. And when I can get out of my own nerves at times, they really flow. And then other times when I'm in my nervousness, I get in the way a little. So that's okay, and it's all okay, it's all learning. So I wanted to share that with you, because it's really, it's important that every one of you know you have a team as well. And they're with you all the time, but they cannot interfere in any way in your life experience, in your choices that you make, because you have the freedom, you have the free will to have your experiences how you want them. So if you need their support or you want their communication, it must be instigated by you. You must ask them for their support, and you must communicate with them as if you would somebody in the room with you. Talk to them, get to know them, speak and ask them, and they will show you in any way they can that they're with you. So the secret is, until you really get a communication going, the secret is, don't look for the answer. So ask them a question and then let it go, and they will bring it to you. But in the moment that it's brought to you, you will recognize it straight away. So for a start, until you really get your trust up in yourself, you'll find the answer in the sentence of a book, in a conversation with somebody, whatever way they can get it through to you, with even with birds as messengers that come just at the right time and act in a very unusual way, whatever, but you will feel it straight away that this is the answer, your message. Now, when you do start really communicating with them, because your trust has grown and you have opened, they're always there, it's all up to you, then you will start feeling their answers. So they don't use your mind and talk to you like I'm doing now. They come into your field and they put parcels of information dropped into your field, and you decipher the answer. very, very simple after a while, because it's all about feeling, and you will decipher your answer from the package, from feeling. I call it packages because that's how it appears to me. If it's a huge download, it comes in a package and it's like, oh, wow, I've got this entire knowing on something. If it's an answer to something, or it's just in the moment communication, it's like threads. And I feel the threads come in, and it's like a pouring in of threads of codes, and I get the information that way. But for me, it comes into my field, it comes into my body, and my communication happens like that. So I often say to clients that say, I wish I could speak to my team too. You can speak to them, but they will answer another way. You won't get words in your head very often, maybe on a very oddest time, but it's not a normal way that they do it. They don't communicate like that. So it's something for you to have a play with moving forward, and just and allow it to grow within you, because the amount of knowledge and wisdom that's waiting to flow through you from other realms and realities and civilizations, and it's so needed here for the masses that are just wanting to know who they are, because they're so lost at the moment and so in their doubt and fear. And we have millions of benevolent beings waiting to come through the points of consciousness here, us feet on the ground, man or woman in the trenches, waiting for us to communicate and to be that light and to allow that wisdom to flow. So is there any questions on that? Because once again, I've taken off on a roll and haven't given any space for any questions. But if anybody's got any questions before we move on to the next bit. Oh, you're on mute, Bobby. Oh, it's yes. Ruth.
That totally makes sense to me, what you're saying, but it's actually given me even more insight, because I was being asked exactly those questions. How do you channel? And I didn't quite put it all. I said sometimes it feels like it's a source energy that I'm tapping into. Sometimes it's benevolent beings, sometimes. And it was kind of like this pickle. And I was like, I haven't quite grasped what this is about. Yeah, I could feel that. And your story of what you just told just brought it all together, which made me emotional, because it suddenly became an aha moment and made me realize, yeah, that's exactly it. Sometimes I do feel part of, that I am one of everything. And then sometimes it feels like there's separate parts of myself that's out there that's communicating. Yeah, because I've had this fear of when people, because I'm going to be channeling as well, but there is a slight fear that I've had of what happens if somebody asks the question on a topic that I have absolutely no knowledge about whatsoever. And I was thinking what they were telling me, but they were trying to explain to me some things, but I think that you've knitted it all together a little bit more clearer. I'm still going to work on that one to completely annihilate that untrusting part of, because I feel like I'm a fairly clear channel, but I'm not, but there is a little bit of that anxiety that I just want to completely relieve, to step into the full me.
The moment that you relieve that in yourself, that you resolve that little bit of untrusting, is the moment that you will flow so clearly, there'll be no stopping that communication come through. And I totally understand that piece that you just said about being asked a question you've got no idea about, and what about if there's nothing that comes through, there's no answer to it. And that's simply the trust. Because in the person asking the question, it's like a crack opens and the knowledge just flows. It's pulled through. It's a magnetic attraction. It's pulled through. So the team said to me, there's never a moment there will not be an answer. Simply release that from your untrusting field. So yeah,
Thank
totally.
you for that. That helps a lot. Yeah, because I was trying to analyze it and find a way of an answer just in case that happened, to catch it instead. And I knew that that was not the way to go. That I knew that the answer will always flow through me, and it always has.
Yeah.
It always has. But stepping up into the public arena and being that, probably more comes from my own. Well, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bobby. Did you have something, Ruth? Sorry. Yeah.
I wanted just to say something, maybe not so sophisticated like what Bobby just said. I'm like, enjoying the moment of, still enjoying the moment of my big awakening that, it's lasting for 3 months or so. And just how to say it, like, let's say if you can imagine something very delicious, something that you don't eat too often or drink too often, and then when you taste it and you are like, oh, feeling like you are in heaven. So right now I'm enjoying this heaven moment that lasted for quite a long time, that I honestly believe, I wish that I was remembering how I was smart when I was born and how smart I was when I was 1, 2, 3 months old, knowing this language that we are discussing right now, that imagination that I was born with, and that was taken away from me because I was, taught to ignore that gift, and then forget that gift. So just enjoying coming back to that, and realizing how important, I make the note, how important is to make that relationship before, for ages, people look for relationships somewhere else. They are looking for, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever. We're looking and looking, and we're abandoning ourselves at the first place. And this is like, I love it here with you guys. I love you all.
Thank you, Kasha. I want to say to you, it was never taken away from you. So when you were a little girl and you were clear and pure in your knowing and your connection, and then you feel like it was taken away from you and you were closed down, it was never taken away from you. You were just told something that was totally untrue, and being a little girl and trusting your parents, as we all do, you believed them, so you closed yourself down. And you can open yourself up in a moment. You can go back to that clearness, that connection, that deeper knowing in a moment, darling lady. Just the fact that you feel that somebody else closed you down has stopped you. So let it go now. Just let it go. And being part of these groups, being part of all these groups on Quantum Elite will be helping you grow magnificently, amazingly.
Janine, I will add one more thing. So, because everybody here in this community gives so many puzzles to this big awakening and this big picture that I'm recreating for myself. And like today with Ruth, we were opening the doors, and just focusing on so many directions that you can manage by yourself. You have more than 10 fingers in your mind to play this game and enjoy this game and love it and spark it and whatever else you want to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ruth.
Okay, so Kasha needs her own platform. That should start next week.
Yes, she does.
Please. She's amazing. Oh my God. As soon as you started talking about the shining ones, because I've had dreams of the shining ones, okay, and being a part of the shining ones. And this is at the purity of essence that is coming. And I don't know about you, but I am full right now of the shining ones. So I'm hoping that you all are too, because I am chockers. We have a family gathering going on here that is immense. Okay, the shining ones are here. And I just wanted to smooth the transition between being with your family. You know, they come in for your family, like a family portrait. They all come in and like, oh yeah, sitting up with you, you know, just being with you. And right now the presence is here. And so we can just tune into that and fill up and expand more with it. So this community is just rocking out with the shining ones right now. It's really cool. Thank you. I haven't heard that term for a long time, and it is for this time, isn't it? I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. I had never heard of them before they actually told me they were the shining ones, and I went hunting on Google and I did all sorts to try and work it out, and then I just stopped and I allowed myself to just grow with it and connect with them and understand on a deeper level.
It would have been the same time. It would have been 15 to 20 years ago that I heard that.
Beautiful. Thanks.
I just wanted to make a comment. You know, in the past, I worked with a lot of the spiritual leaders in the early 70s and all that. And there was a lot of ego. And when I'm looking at this group, and here we have so many of our teachers from Quantum Leap, you know, participating, there's no ego. We all share. It's unbelievable where we are here. You know, just fantastic.
Thank you, Mike. It absolutely is. And that's because it's just pure heart. And we're all here for each other because we grow together. Like the deepest growth is done together. So I just love it. Absolutely love it. I love it when people step forward and allow themselves to be seen and hear their own voice. That's perfect. Thanks, Mike. Arta.
Yes, I just wanted to share that for those 11 days, like so much change in my private life, like how it influenced how looks the relationship with the people I'm surrounded. Plus, like I feel like I got back my connection with everything around me. Like I have this beautiful forest next to me where I'm going for a walk for 1 hour, and like for last 3 days, it's amazing, you know. Like I found such a deep connection with this forest, and like I even found like I was walking earlier there on a path, and I didn't saw a beautiful place. Like in the center of the forest, there is kind of like a sanctuary. There are pines, and in the middle, like there is a like mountain pine tree, like smaller, and surrounded with the green moss. And earlier I didn't saw it, and it was all the time there. And for last 2 days, like yesterday, I came there. Like I realized that this is like a sanctuary of this forest, like the sacred space of this forest. And like I took off my shoes and my socks, and I was in my God's consciousness, because like I was listening to the material that John shared with me, and like when I'm there, it's just awesome. It's like I start to realize things that when I was a child they were suppressed, because it's just imagination, and stop scaring your siblings, and like these things doesn't exist, and blah blah blah. And now I can open myself for it again and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, so beautiful. Arta, I just want to say to you that because I'm a visionary, and I get most of my communications in vision. And so as you're talking, I see you on a rocket. So you're on a rocket, and you are focused and you are on a fast trajectory straight up through every layer and level of yourself. So you are so hungry in this moment to know yourself that you have opened up all the pathways in yourself for this to happen in the biggest and greatest way. And you know, that's courageous, because for most it's more of a gentle walk through, but you are ready. And I just want you to know that you're propelling yourself at great knots of speed. And the other part that's coming to me that I want to share with you today is that you have the gold frequency in you, and it's growing. The gold frequency is the frequency of the new earth, is the deepest truth of us, and every one of us has it. But some of us are moving rapidly with it, and it's found at its purest in nature. And you see, you're being called out there, you're being called to sit there, you're being called to take your shoes and socks off, you're being called to be in your God nature, your words. So the gold frequency is really starting to move within you now. You're going to see such incredible change in your life very, very quickly. You're going to be it's going to be wonderful to witness you, would be what I would say. And this community is blessed, as it is with all of us, but it's blessed to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bobby.
Thanks. I just wanted to thread a couple of things together when you and Ruth were talking about the shining ones. I just remembered there was a movie called The Knowing. Now, I met an elder in a Cherokee elder in Ohio, and she had watched The Knowing, and she said that the beings at the end of The Knowing, the beings that were coming down, who were called the Shining Ones,
Wow.
and they were etheric and very see-through,
Yeah.
very tall, and they had like energy coming out of them, like wings kind of just moving out from the backs of them. She said that they are the closest representation to, because she was sent to go find what she calls the buffalo hearts, which are pure souls come straight from a certain frequency to help lift the vibration. And even her name was in the movie, which was really bizarre, as the teacher. Okay. And then for you to bring them up. And I had also had a few years ago a dream of the same beings, but more vibrant blue, like vivid, vibrant blue, walking from a UFO coming to give me a message. They went into a rainbow spirit ball, and then they formed down beside me as a being, like a human. They lied down because they didn't want to frighten me. And they told me a message about the fall of the governments and what was going to happen next with seeding the seekers and stuff to help align Earth's frequencies and stuff. I don't know what happened there. Okay. And strange things do happen around me all the time. Anyway, so what I was going to say is, yeah, so that just threw me a bit, actually. So the shining ones, and oh yeah, that's right. When I came here in the place that I'm at right now, I've only just been here for a few months because my whole life crumbled and I ended up in this unit. Well, I opened up the sliding door at the back veranda, and here's the same street as what I saw in the dream of these beings that came to me. And now to be in this group dynamic and the same name, Shining Ones, is coming up again. It's just so interwoven, how incredibly special how they do this, how they get our attention and make us realize, yes, it's time to connect to the beings that you were actually talking about and be part of that as one. And all of us in this group dynamic can be part of that as one.
Gosh, yes. And you know, the Shining Ones, the team said to me this morning, We want you to mention us, dear one. They always call me dear one. We want you to mention us, dear one, because we're triggering memory today. And I thought, how do I incorporate them in? So I thought I'll just say about my experience. I'll just bring it in like that. So there you go. There you go.
Beautiful.
I would like to add a little bit. I was just sorry about not the camera, but lately from yesterday, I've been going off to sleep. I don't know what's going on with me with the sessions. That is some cleaning, but your energy is like my eyes barely can open, and there's the pressure on my third eye is unbelievable. That I feel that high, like, you know, that pressure that I feel, that clean, powerful energy that's coming from you is just so high vibrational, like the quality of it. And if it's just, and that's what I experience in this group around. I've been noticing that most of the sessions, when I see that, that's the kind of level of energy that comes. That's just amazing. That's really, really amazing. I don't know why I haven't been sleeping since yesterday. Any of the sessions, like dozing off what I need to release or do, maybe, or get some rest. That's my own. But it's a very beautiful energy to me. It's amazing.
Thank you,
you.
Kavita. Thank you
Can I
for
ask you-
sharing.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you something, Kavita? Are you
Sure.
actress?
No, I wish. I would.
like like I thought,
I
like, you know, like you are, from your professional life, you are a Bollywood actress.
Yeah, no, I do South Asian media. That's what I do, but not like my parents were like, no, you have to study, you have to become doctor, engineer. While I was entertaining people, they used to do the dissection for me, but I was forced to become one. I mean, that's my parents, that's my journey. Wasn't allowed to be an artist and be whatever I wanted to be. Now I'm coming back to it.
Thank
That's
you,
great.
Kavita. Thanks, Zata. Kavita, you are in the middle of an activation right now, and this is why you're needing to sleep a lot, and you're transitioning. So you are shredding or letting go of some aspects of yourself that they're no longer serving your highest good, and you're transitioning. So you will need to rest a lot. You'll need to take great self-care, and you'll need to drink lots of pure water. So just to pass that on to you right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I fully feel that.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of letting go. I still see myself running back to old habit, and then I go, no, don't do this. Just have faith, and that's why a lot in my heart, because I feel my heart center. Everything is more in my heart chakra, and so it wells up and gets together, and there's that knots and unknots and releases, and then I feel, and it's just, I can feel the release happening, and
Yes.
right now
Yes.
as well, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Just flow with it. Be gentle with yourself. Lots of self-nurture and care, and just flow with it. Best thing you can do. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yasmin, sorry for the wait.
I love your class, Janine, because a long time ago, I was in a really bad way, and I used my imagination. I thought it was by fluke, but because of chatting to people like you and Ruth and others in this community, I created a world, and I spent most of my time in that world. So when I was in this world, like, it wasn't so bad. And after a while, I was given 5 years to live, and like, it's 2021, so it's like 19 years later. But yeah, I've been given something to do, and it's a biggie, and I just got to get the cooperative components. And you and Ruth been giving me, like, it's like this, like, I'm being pushed into this. It looks like an apocalypse outside, because I'm in Barbados, and the island next door is keeps on erupting. But I'm staying aligned, and it's crazy. But I know that I'm here to do something, and I'm taking the next steps. So
Yes, absolutely. Yes, your light is anchored there for a reason, Yasmin. So it's, yeah, I can feel the importance of it. So yeah, just relax and go with the flow. You're actually right in service at the moment. Thank you. Michelle.
Hi. Oh
Hi.
my God. I love you so much. Let me lower my hand. Like I said before, you are like, you have just this grandmotherly presence that's just light and unconditional love, and you were like a lullaby, and I found myself falling asleep. So when Kavita said that she had been falling asleep lately during the day, it was like, I have too. And a lot of different times in my lives that's funny, my life, I feel like I've literally been shot with a horse tranquilizer and I cannot stay awake for the life of me. Is that like when I'm getting these downloads? What, like, can you explain that a little bit more?
In this particular lifetime, it's huge for us because we're releasing ancestral patterns. We're balancing out all karma in ourselves now, because going forward there will be no held karma in ourselves. We're changing from an organic body to a crystalline body, where there's just so much. And on top of all that, we're in a world that's being turned upside down and inside out. And so we're having to hold our center point all the time with all that chaos going around. So yes, absolutely, we are tired. We are very tired. All of us in the awakening crew on the leading edge are really tired. But so it's about giving ourselves permission to sleep anytime we need that sleep. Anytime, just do it. It's about self-care in the deepest way now. So putting ourselves first and saying yes when we need to, no when we need to, and listening to our bodies and doing what our bodies want, and lying down and sleeping when we need to. Just, yeah, do it all. Give yourself permission to do it all. This is a big role you're in, Michelle, a big role.
People keep telling me that. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I slept during Matthew's live yesterday. That's how much permission I gave myself.
That's great. You know, it's called a yogic sleep when you fall asleep during a meditation or a journey or you know, like the gamma breathing with Matthew and that. It's called a yogic sleep. So let yourself do it, because it's necessary, and there's other levels and layers happening within that moment. So just, yeah, good on you. Permission to just do it.
And it takes strength to be to be the intuitive feminine side. It takes strength to bring that up. And that's the nurturing part of ourselves that we're allowing now. And we're meant to be more of that right, you know, that feminine hemisphere that brings that nurturing and allowing us to rest whenever. Now, I have to be strong to say to, if I am in a partnership, to say to them, no, I need a rest. You know, that takes strength to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're all about self-honoring now, because in honoring ourselves, we are honoring everything around us and everybody else as well. Yeah, thank you. Ruth.
Very grateful, Janine, to your class. Thank you so much. I feel like you're really healing, you know, just listening to you through the tone, your energy. Even before you speak, I can feel your energy. I'm staying a bit quiet because at the moment, I don't know, like, you know, I feel I have still lots of work to do on myself to find my inner harmony. Sometimes I'm really empowered. I feel good in myself. I'm full of confidence. And then I get triggered by outside. I get triggered because I feel like people take advantage of my goodness, and it really hurts me. And when I get triggered, I come back to that, how do you say, wounded child. So I'm dealing with that right now, but you know, it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass.
What
and
a
it's
beautiful...
not easy for me because I'm alone, you know, in Canada, my family is far. But that's it, you know, that's it. I'm dealing with whatever life wants to offer me. And I'm still very grateful because I'm having such a great support with the community. But it's not always easy, you know.
What a beautiful self-awareness you have, Muna. So you know what's going on for you, and you know it's the wounded child that's asking for your embrace right now, for the embrace of the adult you. So just give yourself time to be with that beautiful little girl, because she's wanting love, and you're the perfect adult person to give her that love. You know, so you are all of it, darling lady. You are the adult, you are the child, you are the teenager, the rebellious one. You are every part of you, and there's nobody more able, more capable, more deeply loving of that wounded child than you are yourself.
Thank you so much.
And every one of us here in the community holds you energetically while you're moving through that. Every one of us holds the loving space. Thank you. Thank you. Did you want to say something, Ruth?
Yes, I wanted to speak to you, Golden One, because I have been in a massive energy shift. Like my brain is like, I'm wobbly. I've been wobbly all week for about a week. And so I'm just in this vibrational stuff with high energies coming in, and yes, wanting to sleep all the time. It's been massive, and I'm not sleeping. I've been too busy to do that. But how, wow, what we're coming into, we are just creating an expansion within our bodies that is just like, I love it, because every time I'm in it, I know that I'm in a big attunement time, you know, where my connections are being rearranged within, and I'm going. And it's been, you know, while meeting you and feeling these new energies coming in, the new colors that I've been getting and things like that, that has not stopped. So I'm thrilled. We are meeting with our souls. We are meeting with our souls. And I had someone have exactly that happen. This great being of light just walked straight into their bodies in our work this week. It was magnificent. So it's real. And it's full on, and I just can't believe that you are just one of those ones that I can just openly talk about with this. It's just lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. So the message from the team for you, darling lady, is that your brain has been so finely wired, it's so acutely sparking. Now they're bringing that down into the energetics of your heart. So those sparks of the brain have done their bit. So they're showing me, what they're showing me is the sparks are quietening down, smoothing out. And that now they're coming, it's like, oh, this little team of mechanics are showing me, I often get things like this, are marching down to your heart, and now they're starting the rewiring of your heart. So you're in for an amazing experience over the next few months as you start to realize on a deeper level yourself as a heart-centered being. So and then you'll work the two in correlation to each other. The mind and the heart will work in conjunction. But yes, you're about to feel a level of life that's going to be fairly new to you in this lifetime. Yeah. Fantastic.
Absolutely. My work is absolutely about bringing people through the doorway, which is still in that change position. And that's where I took on the ministry to work with people at that level. So it's absolutely right what you said there, and spot on.
Thank you. Okay, so we are at 10:15. Is everybody okay to do a journey before we finish off, or you've got time for that? So it's about 10 minutes. Yeah. All right. So yes, I had a whole heap more to talk about today, but that can be next week. Okay, so just getting yourselves, we have music for this one, so just getting yourselves comfortable. And at the end of this, the team are going to speak light language, and just be open, just let your heart absorb what's being said here. It's just a beautiful sound of love. Closing your eyes and bringing yourself into conscious breathing. Feeling the depth of your breath within your physical body. Being with this deep, soft, gentle flow of the life force as it enters, fills, and releases from you. Feeling your deepening connection to this moment through the breath. And the awareness that through the breath you are given to and receiving from life. Feeling the rise and the fall of your abdomen, the rise and the fall of your chest, as your conscious connection increases now within your physical body. Feeling your body softening down. Feeling your mind become still. Feeling the gentleness and peace within your heart. Feeling the alignment happening as you bring your full presence here within this moment, letting go, being present, feeling your breath. Observing yourself now by simply feeling yourself within your body. Moving your awareness through your centers, mind, heart, belly, feet. Seeing and sensing the rod of pure golden light energy that runs through your spine and aligns these centers. Opening in your understanding that your conscious awareness is the bridge between the highest point and most grounded layers of who you are. And your body is the connection, the focal point within this now moment where heaven meets earth, where etherical meets earth, and where pure creation happens in this moment and this dimension. In this moment, feeling the potent power of who and what you are, as the spark of absolute beauty, pure love manifesting itself into every moment here, creating every experience within each moment. Because you are creation itself, and this is you thriving in your limitlessness. Breathe. feel. Open in your deepening trust of what you are feeling. Let yourself go there, wherever there is for you in this moment. Feel the universe moving through you. Feel yourself as center point within the universe. Commanding through your vibration how this moment will feel, how it will look. Lining up all possibilities and probabilities for the next moment and the next. Realizing now you have never got it wrong, never failed. You have simply been experiencing yourself in every possible, probable way. Releasing from yourself now any aspect that may be holding the vibration of wrong or fail. Dissolving these vibrations into the light of you and feeling yourself expand within the freedom of the release and the lightness now. Knowing now that as your awareness grows into the latest, most beautiful versions of who you are here in this reality, you can, in a moment of conscious choice, let go a heaviness, fold an aspect into your beautiful golden light and rise, expanding into deeper knowing of yourself. Beautiful being, there is so much waiting for you to discover about yourself. So much untapped memory to be revealed. So much love yet to flood your senses. For you are beautiful beyond your mind's understanding in this moment. And in the stillness of your mind and the opening of your heart, memory has a space to return. And as you expand into your self-awareness, as you deepen in your self-trust, as you grow in your absolute acceptance of yourself, you emerge more brilliant in your brightness, ever expanding in the love that you are. Nakaria marikasi ishi e aki aria ma e ai tiki e aria mari e atai ea. Shakaria mai ia e ane me ia te ti e si e re kamari a. Nakatia mari ia se tiki ria mari ia tiki e ari mari ia se kishakaria ai. Naka ia. Naka area mari o di kamarki ia sikiria mari ia tikiria mari ia te nakitia ia te mari ia te shakaria mari ia naka ia te ti sisi e dia mari ia nakatia mari ia te karamari ia shikaria nakatia mari ia te pati ia. Shakaria Maria te Pikiaria Maria. Shakia, Shakia, Shakiara Maria si. And when you're ready, taking a long, conscious breath in, feeling your mind engage again, feeling your heart smile with new awarenesses, feeling your belly move with your breath, and feeling your feet planted firmly on the ground. Opening your eyes, bringing back with you a knowing of yourself that feels more realized now. Taking a big stretch. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for participating today, for bringing your beautiful energy, your beautiful light, your beautiful hearts, and combining with this group and making an amazing energy to go out into the conscious field of this planet. So we are 10:30, and I better let you all go now. Has anybody got anything they would like to share before we finish off? Asha.
You know, I realized today also something beautiful that is happening in front of our eyes here about those people that they are with this journey, with this energy, with the light, whatever we can name it and how we can see it. I would say that the wrong runners like Bobby, you, and then you know everybody else visiting each other classes. It's also so humbling that you guys respect each other and bring your own energy, and you are willing, you know, to complement each other. It's also a big sign of, you know, just amazing.
Thank you, Asha. Thanks. Oh, well, beautiful ones, and I'll see you online and see you in class and see you in the cosmos together.
Very grateful, Janine. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lots and lots of love.
Love and light to everybody. Thank you so much, everyone.
See you soon.
Bye.
See you.